because it matters. Newshub.
Kia ora, good evening. Some residents in Awakino were literally picking up the pieces of their lives today. A tornado swept through the small coastal settlement near Taranaki, ripping off roofs, knocking over walls and blowing out glass doors and windows. One resident said it sounded like a train coming down the river. Another said he watched the twister chase his mate down the road as he drove away in his ute. Adam Hollingworth reports.
In seconds, homes turned to hurt. Adam Hollingworth, Newshub.
Police have launched a homicide investigation after a woman's body was found in Kapiti, north of Wellington. Emergency services were called to a serious assault on Marine Parade in Parapara Umiu at 8 o'clock last night. They found a woman's body and arrested a man in nearby Raumati. Police conducted scene examinations today and say the man's expected to face serious charges.
Suicide and mental health problems among the country's firefighters are now being described as a bubbling crisis. Fire and Emergency admits the number of traumatic incidents staff attend is taking its toll. So what's being done about it? Well, here's Mitch McCann with the latest in our Because It Matters series.
I think everyone's hurting. We might not all be showing it or we're hiding it, but I think, everyone...
Enjoy tarakihi for dinner. Juliet Speedy, Newshub.
Alex is here now with the weather. It's been a cold end to the weekend.
Yes, it might have been a bit hard to get out of bed this morning. Alexandra, the coldest spot, starting out on -4 degrees. Now, thankfully, most places did manage some sunshine and we should see more of this tomorrow. I'll have all the details a bit later after sport.
Auckland's Mayor Phil Goff officially sachets his way into the contest for the city's top job. But will his promises have voters getting jiggy with it too?
The quest for the ultimate selfie claims a life at a popular Sydney tourist spot.
Meet Edward, the adorable baby rhino, and the first step in an ambitious plan to bring a rare species back from the brink of extinction. And
the All Blacks may have retained the Bledisloe Cup, but they've now officially lost their world #1 ranking.
Welcome back. Queenstown Police are appealing for information after 2 men were stabbed in a brawl between 2 groups in the centre of town overnight. The men were flown to Dunedin Hospital where one remains in a critical condition. Meanwhile, Christchurch Police are looking for a man who stabbed a stranger at a BP service station in the city early this morning. The victim was in BP Edgware around 6:30 when another man he didn't know stabbed him twice with a small knife. Police are now trying to identify this man, who they say is the offender. The victim is in hospital in a serious but stable condition.
Auckland Mayor Phil Goff officially launched his campaign to hold on to his job today.
Somebody just died there, don't you understand?
Coming up, a generous dad who sold his specially designed motorbike to finance his child's sporting dreams gets paid back in spades.
And Beatle Ringo Starr gets in on the action as iconic music festival Woodstock is remembered 50 years on.
Coming up in Super Sports Sunday, after Bledisloe Cup success, who will make Steve Hanson's World Cup squad? Plus, Steve Smith cops a sickening blow to the neck in the second Ashes Test at Lords.
And could the Warriors upset the second-place Roosters at the Sydney Cricket Ground?
Newshub Sport is brought to you by Suzuki, the team behind the Silver Ferns.
Good evening and welcome to Super Sport Sunday. Well, with the Bledisloe Cup now safe, Steve Hanson's focus turns to naming a World Cup squad in 10 days' time.
Soul-searching and external pressures morphed the record loss of the Wallabies in Perth into a 36-0 trouncing at Eden Park. And after so many good performances, Hanson now has the tough job of cutting the squad from 34 to 31. This is what Bledisloe Cup victory. Liverpool beat Southampton 2-1. The game might be remembered for this howler by their keeper, Adrian. The Spaniard simply dropped his head after the ball went by, and the Saints said, muchas gracias.
Well, stick around, team. After the break, it's a crowded house for the Tall Blacks as music royalty Neil Finn and Mick Fleetwood pay the boys a visit.
And come sing along with Sarpreet Singh or revel in a few trademark Hanson one-liners in our Moments of the Week.
And later in news, a dad who sold his specially made motorbike to fund his son's sporting dream gets rewarded for his generosity.
Monday on the AM show, another All Black, another movie. Dan Carter joins us in the studio.
And just for Amanda, I'll ask DC if he still wanders around his jobs.
I'm keen to know too, actually. We'll catch you in the AM.
Nick, we find out in 10 days who's going with Karen Reid in those ears to Japan.
Well, it might not just be the ears. There might be a few broken hearts in there as well. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it could be.
Thanks very much, Nikki and Ross.
After a motorbike crash left him paralysed, Steve Reid showed incredible courage to ride again after getting a specially made bike.
When he sold that bike to fund his son's sporting dream, Auckland's motorcycle community organised an event to start raising funds to get him a new one. Charles Dexter went along.
Avid motorcyclist Steve Reid was left paralysed following a crash 3 years ago. But after getting
this year's show twice, after it lost some big acts such as Miley Cyrus and Jay-Z. Well, these are our top stories tonight. Residents in Awakino in the Waitomo district are cleaning up after a tornado hit, destroying 3 homes.
Hundreds of thousands of demonstrators are gathering to take part in one of the biggest pro-democracy protests in Hong Kong tonight. It comes after a standoff between police and protesters overnight. OK, coming up, Newshub weather. So, how are we looking for the week ahead, Alex?
Well, tomorrow is looking sunny for most places, but it is going to be cold. Clear skies over a lot of the country tonight means temperatures are going to drop. And when you wake up tomorrow morning, well, there's a high chance you're going to see frost. I'll have more on this right after the break.
Let Fujitsu give you a warm welcome home this winter. Proudly bringing you the weather.
Fujitsu. Kia ora, we'll get those extra layers out because we are in for a very sunny but cold start to the week. The rainy front is finally going to move off. Coming in behind is a lovely, sunny, high-pressure system. Enjoy the sunshine it brings because you can see the next wet weather system coming in from the Tasman Sea. So it's bright and clear in the south tonight. That will, of course, result in a severe frost over most places. We might even see some black ice on the roads tomorrow morning. It is going to be a fine day, though, with just a few showers around Southland and Westland. There will also be strong northerly winds. Now, in the north, and showers around eastern and northern areas will ease tonight. Tomorrow is set to be a beauty with plenty of sunshine. But again, clear skies will make things frosty and it is certainly going to be cold. So let's take a look at the regions, and there might be 1 or 2 showers around northern areas tomorrow. Other than that, it's looking good with fresh southeasterly winds for most places. Tracking south, and it's going to be a very cold and frosty start to the day. You will be rewarded with plenty of sunshine with just some afternoon cloud over Tokoroa and Taupua. Out east, and Gisborne and Hawke's Bay could get the odd morning shower. A lovely fine day further down the coast. Masterton just picking up a northeasterly wind. Clear skies over the rest of the island will make things frosty, especially around inland areas. You will be able to thaw out with long fine spells and light winds. Palmerston North with a high of 13. In the south, and a similar forecast, clear skies and light winds will make for a frosty morning. During the afternoon, northerly winds will wash over most places with cloud in Greymouth and Hokitika. And it's more of the same for everyone here, with severe frosts expected in Blenheim, Ashburton and Timaru. After lunch, we'll also see those northerly winds come through and they could become quite strong. Now, further south, and a very cold start to the day for Queenstown and Alexandra, with another severe frost expected. In the afternoon, cloud will start to build over all places as northerly winds develop. Well, to our main centres, and Dunedin, a fine but frosty looking Monday for you. High cloud will increase as northeasterly winds strengthen, the city with a high of 12. And Christchurch will also wake up to a frost on the ground. A beautiful, bright, clear day is on the way, although you will get those strong northeasterlies in the afternoon. Sunshine is going to pour over Wellington. It's also going to be lovely and calm in the morning. Northerly winds will then develop as the capital warms up to a chilly 10 degrees. There could be a few showers over Hawke's Bay tomorrow. Other than that, there'll be long, fine spells, an easterly breeze and a high of 12. And Tauranga will kick off the week with plenty of sunshine. There might just be the odd spot of rain towards the evening, your high 13 degrees. And Hamilton is in for a fine and frosty morning. Cloud will develop develop in the afternoon, along with an easterly breeze. Most places warming up to 13. And Auckland, finally, some good solid sunshine. There will be a few isolated showers north of the Harbour Bridge during the afternoon. Aside from that, it's looking good, but cold. Your high also 13 degrees. Now overseas we go, and a bit of everything for our neighbours. Showers around southern areas with strong winds in Sydney. Over in the Pacific, and there's quite a bit of wet weather. There might even be a few heavy falls. We're back here now, and we're going to see more and more wet weather as the week goes on. By Wednesday, there could be some heavy falls for eastern areas. Thankfully, it should be a bit warmer. Temperatures are going to slowly bounce back up as northerly winds wash over the country. You'll need to batten down the hatches in the South Island, though, as those northerly winds could become quite strong. Most places will get blown around on Tuesday, and those in the far south could get another round of snow. So enjoy the fine but cold conditions tomorrow, because more wet and wild weather is right around the corner.
Thank you, Alex. That's Newshub Live at 6 for today.
Join the AM team from 6 tomorrow, and you can get in touch with us at news@newshub.co.nz. I'm Tom McRae.
And I'm Melissa Chan-Green, and now it's the Block NZ.